What's up, YouTube? This is Fishers of Men. Today I've got an article I want to go over with you. I actually just recorded this video and realized that my mic was not recording. So, you guys get the benefit of having a shorter video now because I'm not going to go through the article piece by piece. I'll just hit the main points because it'll be quicker for everybody that way. So, I got this article from Business Insider written by Mr. Travis Clark. I want to give proper credit where proper credit is due. They've also made me turn off my ad block here at Business Insider, so I'm not super happy about that. I'll link to the article in the description. You can read the whole thing for yourself and let me know what you guys think. But for now, let's just go through it. The title is How Avengers Infinity War and Star Wars The Last Jedi Shatter Fan Expectations to be the Riskiest Movies in Their Franchises. And these 3 bullet points are the main points of the article. So first he says, Avengers Infinity War and Star Wars The Last Jedi both ask a lot of each franchise's fans in terms of letting go of expectations. I don't agree with this statement. This statement is untrue. I don't know if he's just mistaken or if he's looking for some way to defend The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi definitely asked us to let go of our expectations. A lot of people point to the "let the past die, kill it if you have to" quote by Kylo Ren, like that's some kind of great statement. First of all, that statement was said by the villain of the series, right? You don't usually take quotes by Hitler and say, yeah, Hitler said this, so we should do this. No, 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 no. They don't do that. And they're doing it with Kylo Ren's character, and it's just kind of silly to me. But there also is a difference between letting the past die and killing the past, right? Letting the past die is a respectful way to let them go. You know, they've reached their peak. They've performed the tasks that we wanted them to perform. Now we're going to send these characters off in a way that is respectful. Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens was a respectful way to kill him. It was very emotional. It was very sad. It was surprising, but it was good. It was very well done. Luke's death in The Last Jedi was not good. The only good part of it was the setting of the two suns in front of Luke, just like the rising of the two suns in A New Hope. That was great imagery. That was a great circle to close there. But everything else about his character in The Last Jedi was wrong. It was not respectful. That was an example of them killing the past. The same thing is true with Leia. They messed up her character. She should have died in that bridge explosion. It was very emotional. It was very surprising. It was very well done. And then she Mary Poppins her way back onto the bridge or onto the ship like nothing had happened, and that was silly. That's killing the past. It's not just killing a character. That's killing people's ideas of what is. I mean, obviously, I'm okay with expanding the horizons of what is possible in the Star Wars universe, but that kills all suspension of disbelief. The force pull back to the ship it really hurts the franchise. It doesn't help the franchise. So, and then Infinity War, it did not ask us to let go of expectations. Ever since, by the way, spoilers, if I haven't said it already, spoilers for Infinity War coming up. Don't watch this if you haven't seen it. But Infinity War does not ask us to let go of our expectations. If you watched the first Avengers and then Googled who the purple guy was, you found out it was Thanos, and then you did a Google on who Thanos was, you found out that he wins. You found out that he beats everybody. So why would that be letting go of our expectations to assume that he beats everybody in the movies? Why? Just that's not a good argument. If you've read the comics, you know that he wins. If you've done some Googling, you know that he wins. There's a difference between fans, which and the people that just go to the movie because everybody else is going and they enjoyed the last one, and it's a good way to get out of 2.5 hours of doing whatever else, and they're kind of funny, so they go. There's a difference between fans and those people. Fan is short for fanatic. And fanatics read articles like this. They, look up stuff on Wikipedia, or if it's Marvel, they Google stuff. They read the expanded universe stuff or some of the comics. They have an idea of what might happen because they've immersed themselves in that world. Infinity War didn't ask fans to let go of expectations. Infinity War fulfilled fans' expectations. They killed off a lot of the characters, which is that was my expectation. Honestly, if they didn't do that, I was going to be disappointed, and I was going to say, they didn't have the guts. I wasn't going to be super surprised if they didn't, but my hope going into that movie was that they'd kill a bunch of the characters, and they did, and that's it's not the same. It's not a good comparison of Avengers and Star Wars to say that it made us let go of our expectations, because Infinity War really didn't. And Robert Downey Jr. had a great interview where he talked about how the Marvel Universe has been listening to fans, how they've taken what fans have said and they've incorporated those in other movies, and you can really see that with Infinity War. And the people that weren't fans that went to Infinity War and saw all those characters die, they know they're not dead, right? They know those deaths aren't permanent, and so even though later in this article it says that somebody has said that they are real, but they know that those deaths aren't permanent. They know that they're coming back, so it's not really surprising to. I mean, it is surprising to them, but they're not super fans, so they don't care. They care about the characters, but not in the same way that fans do, and they it's just it's they go into the movie without these expectations, and so they like the movie whether it's good or bad. They like the same people that liked Infinity War that but weren't really fans of Avengers, don't read the comics, don't look up any extra stuff, are the same. They like The Last Jedi too. They liked both of them. They're fine with both of them. They don't see any problems that either of them created. They didn't make the theories. They didn't bring up the expectations. It's not a good comparison, you guys. So Infinity War puts characters in vulnerable positions audience haven't seen before, and The Last Jedi asks characters to forget the past. Okay, those are very different things. Those are very, very different things. Putting characters in vulnerable positions, yes. Infinity War definitely does that, and The Last Jedi does ask us to forget the past. But vulnerable positions, the vulnerable position is them losing. It's very similar to The Empire Strikes Back. At the end of the movie, everything seems hopeless. Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. Luke gets his hand cut off and loses to Darth Vader. Everything you don't know what's going to happen. The same with Infinity War. Everybody dies. You don't know what's going to happen. The Last Jedi asking us to forget the past and its characters to forget the past is different. It's almost like a slap in the face. Infinity War is good not because it takes a risk, because that wasn't even a risk. It's good because it stays true to the source material and it stays true to the ideas that fans had, the predictions that fans had. The Last Jedi gets criticized because it did not do any of that. It did not stay true to the source material in the films. It did not even come close to staying true to the source material of any of the legends. Even though that's not canon, they can still use that. And it didn't stay true to the characters. And so it's not a good comparison. These ideas push Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars franchises forward. Yes to Marvel, no to Star Wars, right? None of the changes in Star Wars push that franchise forward. The hyperspace ramming does not push anything forward. That makes everything very problematic. The ending of Star Wars does not push anything forward. It just leaves us back at square one. It leaves us back where they were. Nothing has changed. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with the Star Wars movie, is that it really doesn't. People say it pushes the franchise forward, but it has not. There are going to be fan edits of this sequel trilogy that cut out most of The Last Jedi. They cut out all of Canto Bight. They cut out most of the space chase, or all of the space chase. They'll cut out most or all of Snoke from The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. And it'll be better, but it'll be very short. And it doesn't. None of the stuff that Rian Johnson did pushes Star Wars forward in any way. The idea that anybody can be a Jedi, maybe, but at the same time, that was always the case. It was never just Skywalkers. It was never just these strong family lines that lead you to be a Jedi. In the Old Republic, in the prequel series, you see all the Jedi living in the temple, and it's not these big families of Jedi like passing on their traits. It's kids that were pulled away from their parents because the kids exhibited force sensitivity. They're pulled away from their parents, they're trained by the Jedi, and then they don't have kids. So it's not these families, it's just individual people, and they're coming from somewhere. It's just the force manifesting in them in a way that's special and unique. And there was never an idea that it was just certain families or just certain people. Even the midichlorian thing was kind of silly, and it's never really explained. So It could just be midichlorians that shows up in people's, genes. It's a mutation, not so much a passed on trait. But uh, whatever. Ryan Johnson decided to do what he did. So Marvel Cinematic Universe, it definitely pushes that forward. Infinity War does, because we got to see what happens, right? They took in the end. That's all that he talks about pretty much. He pretty much compares the two and says that they both asked us to let go of expectations. And in the end, Infinity War did not ask us to let go of expectations. Infinity War fulfilled our expectations. It did what we thought it was going to do. And Star Wars, I'm fine with Star Wars changing things and not being what we expect it to be. But it still needs to be respectful to the past. It needs to be respectful to the fans who have followed this for since the 70s. And in my case, since I was a little kid. It's frustrating to see Avengers, Marvel, the MCU doing so well, making fulfilling our expectations, making so much money, and then Star Wars seeming to struggle. And it's sad to me. But we'll see what happens in the future. Time will tell. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Avengers Infinity War asked us to let go of our expectations as fans? Or do you think it fulfilled our expectations? The same with The Last Jedi. Do you think that fulfilled your guys' expectations? Or did it ask you to let go of expectations? And in the end, which one did you like better? Did you like Infinity War better, or did you like The Last Jedi better? And why? Did you like that Infinity War killed off a lot of its characters? Did you like The Last Jedi because Rose Tico is your favorite character? Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys think it's okay to kill the past, if you guys want to forget the past, if you think The Last Jedi was respectful to those characters, if you think that The Last Jedi was not. Just let me know in the comments. Leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to. It's great. It's always great talking with you guys. So leave me a comment and I'll respond. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. This is Fishers of Men saying see you later.